What is good? Let's get the show going. What is popping? What's good? It's the kid, Mikey T, the movie star, the most hated yet anticipated. And what is popping with y'all? I had to jump on now because we had some crazy
The
news come
most
up.
hated
We had some crazy
yet
news come up.
anticipated. And what is popping with y'all?
We had some crazy news pop up, so I had to jump on and do a live video. Let's share this video out, everybody. I'm gonna send the joint to my guy Rosewood to come in and tap in with me. I know a lot of you out there have been asking for an official update on Fat Trel as well, so I have that for you all today. But some crazy news popped up with Pooh Shiesty, Gucci Man's artist Pooh Shiesty on 1017. So I definitely want to talk about that today. Pooh Shiesty's name has been all over the media outlets for the last few months. You know what I mean? He's really been building quite a name for himself, beefing with Kodak Black, or I should really say, not putting up with Kodak Black shit. And then the two of them actually came together more recently, and they seem to be cool at this point. So Pooh Shiesty is making all the right moves. Now, this whole situation he's involved with, allegedly it happened at King of Diamonds, Miami. Now, a lot of you guys out there might know that I'm very familiar with King of Diamonds. I've been there multiple times with multiple different stars, from everyone from Gilly the Kid to Birdman to Floyd Mayweather, Chief Keef, you guys. I've been at King of Diamonds. We had just spoke about King of Diamonds a few days ago in relation to Casanova's case. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy that we're talking about King of Diamonds in this fashion once again. To be honest with you guys, I've had some great times at King of Diamonds. Rick Ross actually had his Mastermind album release party at King of Diamonds, and I actually went there with Scott Storch. Top of the PM, Aaron Finney, appreciate you for tapping in. Share this video. We've got some breaking news. I've got a new exclusive on Fat Trel for everyone that has been asking about Fat Trel over the last few months. An update on Fat Trel, as well as a new breaking story on Pooh Shiesty, allegedly involved in a robbery worth north of $40,000. I mean, that's a number that I read, you guys. We know with people like Pooh Shiesty, when they're traveling around, especially when they're going to a strip club, they have large sums of money on them. You know what I mean? They always have large sums of money on them. But first, Zachary, appreciate you for tuning in. I hope I pronounced that right. The first story we're going to get started with tonight is Fat Trel, though, you guys. Fat Trel made a posting on his Instagram to let everybody know about when he's coming home. Now, Trel has been pretty much locked up for a few years now. I want to say at least the last 2 years. If anybody can get an official date on how long Trel's been locked up now, I'll read it out. But Trel's been locked up for like the last 2 years, and we saw him really start to take shape and dominate the scene back in like, what was it, 2013, 2014, even 2012, when he came up from the independent circuit, making his movement with the Slutty Boys to actually linking with Master P. He actually linked with Master P and Alley Boy, if memory serves, and they had formed a group. I think it was the Louis Boys or something like that, the Louis V Boys or something to that regard. Fat Trel, Alley Boy, and Master P had actually got a feature from Chief Keef, and it was one of the best songs that I'd heard. So it really looked like, it was that song that was like ganja. I've been smoking ganja. So Fat Trel, like, it seemed like he had somebody behind him that was gonna put the money up. Master P went and they got Chief Keef. Next thing I know, I'm in Miami. I'm at Grand Central. Chief Keef is performing at the Smokers Club tour. Shout out to Shipes, Johnny Shipes. Rest in peace, my brother, cousin Todd, for bringing me out to the different Smokers Club shows that were going on. But I had actually seen Chief Keef get brought out with Fat Trel. So Fat Trel was on a crazy rise to his success. So much that he actually linked a deal with Rick Ross and MMG. Fat Trel had become one of the most sought after MCs from DC, right after Wale. Right after Wale, you guys. And I do believe those two actually worked together based on that camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? Major salute to the DMV in the building. I know a lot of you have been asking me about Fat Trel, so I wanted to come on here and speak on Trel tonight. You know what I mean? There's a bit of a breaking story with Pooh Shiesty, also Meek Mill's doing some major things out there, you guys. I had to jump on here though today and talk about some of these things. You know, I wanted to give you all a special episode. I know it's Memorial Weekend. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm going to go grab myself some Bel Air Blue and enjoy it with y'all as well. Look at this. Who's going to come out with the Bel Air bright green next? Maybe that could be me. Free Fat Trel, aka Fat Gleesh. So as I was saying, you guys, Fat Trel really started to take over the world, but really he did. He was next up in MMG, in my opinion. After Wale and Meek, Fat Trel was definitely coming up next. Now, did he upset anybody going from Master P to Rick Ross? Quite possibly. You know what I mean? Fat Trel, you know what I mean? Could have turned a couple or ruffled a couple feathers by doing that new partnership with MMG, but it was for the better. It was MMG was in front of every major outlet at that point, and MMG even had backing from a couple major labels within Warner and Atlantic. Even Ross was signed with Def Jam, so they had all the major labels on their side. So it made a lot of sense for Fat Trel. And Trel actually was a great successor to Rick Ross had it gone right. You know what I'm saying, you guys? Fat Trel would have been a really good successor to Rick Ross had it gone right. I noticed it back then, y'all. Rick Ross was starting to lean up. Rick Ross was starting to get a little bit more suave, where he wouldn't be having his stomach out all the time. And Fat Trel came in and filled that void. The guy with his stomach hanging out, jewelry, you know what I mean? He was like the ghetto Rick Ross. So it almost was like a great partnership. Fat Trel ended up getting arrested for some fake money. You know what I mean? Fat Trel got arrested for some fake bills in a casino, I believe. And yeah, it was a casino. They had some fake bills. He got brought in. He got out eventually. Then he got caught up with a DUI, among other drug charges. And it's been one shitstorm after another for Fat Trel, just to be 100% real with you guys. Now, throughout all these ordeal, it's been a few years, you guys, throughout this whole ordeal, you know, or downward spiral, whatever you could call it. It's been a few years, but Fat Trel, as we heard in December, Fat Trel had made a post where he said I could be, or there was an article that said Fat Trel could potentially be looking at 10 years in jail. Fat Trel's already been locked up for 2-3 years, somewhere around there. Savannah, Georgia, major salute. Sean Williams, thank you for tuning in. Right now, I'm smoking on some runts, you guys. You know, I stay with that good pack on me. I want to get to this message that Fat Trel actually made today in relation to his case. I know a lot of you have been waiting to hear an update on Fat Trel. You know, you've been asking me, you've been tuning in by the masses to hear reports on some of these rappers, either whether they're locked up or they're not. You know what I mean? You tune in, and I appreciate everybody who tunes into the channel. So Fat Trel basically posted a phone message on his Instagram today, and he said, "It's the kid, Fat Boy Trel, Slutty Boy General," as I referenced earlier. Like when I first seen Fat Trel and Chief Keef perform, it was Slutty Boys and GBE. You know what I mean? Fat Trel was building his independent brand while being around all of these other moguls like your Rick Rosses and your Master P's. That's all I was trying to explain to you. That's why I'm talking and giving you guys some background information. Now, Fat Trel said, F all my ops, F all my dead ops. It is what it is. When I come home, I'm back on my BS. I want all the smoke. I want all the smoke when I come home. This is the first part of the message from Fat Trel, you guys. Mouth Almighty, appreciate you. DC is in the building. Fat Trel says, the old Fat Trel is back, you guys. Trel said the old Fat Trel is back. He said he's about to be on his bullshit. He's about to be on his BS once again. as long as he means his good bullshit, as long as he means running all over the whole country and touring, because it's coming back now, you guys. Right now, all the touring is starting to come back. It'll be full capacity at a certain point in time. So whatever amount of time Trel has to end up serving, which we're about to get into right now, Trel actually gave us an idea. Trel actually gave us an idea of how much time he's going to be serving right here, you guys. So I want to read that because that's much more important than Fat Trel just saying he wants all the smoke and F all of his ops. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Share this video, everybody. Fat Trel made a post. Fat Trel made a post just a few hours ago in regard to his current case, right? So Fat Trel gave us an idea of when he's going to get home. And I just wanted to relay that message to everybody watching today. Again, I appreciate you all for tuning in. Now let's get into the message. Jet T, appreciate you for tuning in. Share this video. Let's get into the message from Fat Trel now, you guys. Let me read it right here. This is an official message that Fat Trel made over the phone, and he posted it on his Instagram. Fat Trel said, F all my ops. F all my dead ops. It is what it is. When I come home, I'm back on my bullshit. I want all the smoke. I want all the smoke when I come home. He went on and he said, he gave us an indication of when he's coming home, you guys. He said, I'll be home. It's looking like this year, October or December. Shout out to all the goofy dudes that ask me when they can assist me. And I do need their help. I guess that was something to do in front of some bitch. So Fat Trel right here is saying, shout out to all the goofy dudes that ask me, can they assist me? And do I need their help? I guess that was something to do in front of some bitches. Fat Trel keeping it all the way real. And that's what he means when he says, when I get back, he says, I'm coming back. I'm the old me. I'm back on my bullshit. Fat Trel isn't going to be afraid to call any names, you guys. But more importantly, at the beginning of this message, Fat Trel says, I'll be home. It's looking like this year. Fat Trel said it's looking like he'll be coming home in 2021. He even gave us a date, you guys. Fat Trel said he could be coming home as early as October or December. It would be great if Fat Trel could actually get a release date this coming December. We do know that Fat Trel was actually seemingly facing 10 years federal time. Some people were saying he was going to get 3 years, though. So 3 years could be, the release date could be coming at the end of the year. So that would be major if Fat Trel was able to come. That would be major if Fat Trel was able to come home this year. Mouth Almighty says, nope, he's not playing. Fat Trel, he wasn't the most industry rapper, you guys. He is a rapper that can go industry, but he's also, it's right in the name, guys, slutty boy. You know what I mean? He's going to divulge all the information. He's going to tell you the things that you're not supposed to hear. You know what I mean? That's kind of why we like Fat Trel. You know what I mean? Fat Trel goes against the grain. You know what I mean? Just go listen to Russian Roulette, you guys. Go listen to F12. Go listen to, that's one of his newer records. Russian Roulette is an older record. Big Money, Hollywood Pearson is in the, Pearson, yep, that's right, is in the building. Appreciate you. Veta Loop, major salute to you. Free that slutty boy. Akim Limos, appreciate you for tapping in. If anybody wants to support the channel, you guys can hit that Cash App, Mikey T Movie. Tonight we are talking about Fat Trel, and we are also going to be talking about Pooh Shiesty, who was allegedly involved in a crazy incident at King of Diamonds, you guys. And I've been to King of Diamonds a number of times. I've been to King of Diamonds with some of the coolest celebrities. You know what I mean? I've been there at times filming Chief Keef. I've been there at album release parties like Rick Ross and Scott Storch for the Mastermind album. So I've been to King of Diamonds on a number of occasions. Now, to hear something like this is happening, where somebody allegedly was trying to rob Pooh Shiesty, whether it was money that was straight up in his hand, or it was money that they had back waiting to throw, or just money that they had in general. I never witnessed something like this happening at King of Diamonds whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen some of the biggest celebrities at King of Diamonds. Like I said, I've seen Chief Keef, I've seen Floyd Mayweather at King of Diamonds, and I've never seen this type of activity happen. I've sat there while Jim Jones and my homie AG Cubano literally threw thousands of dollars, and there was never any type of issue like this. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy to me what's going on in Miami right now. You see situations happen like, rest in peace, Pop Smoke going to, Pop Smoke going to California, going to the Hollywood Hills, taking a leap up in his life, and then people breaking into his home. Pooh Shiesty getting an opportunity where his name is starting to blow, and now he's at King of Diamonds, and he's got to worry about people coming to rob him. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me, man. I never witnessed anything like this happen while I was in Miami, and I done seen them all come out there. I seen Little Dirt come and do his shows. I seen French Montana come and do his shows. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know what the hell's going on when it comes to the whole Pooh Shiesty situation, whether it's people looking at Pooh Shiesty and they're like, oh, that's a lick, that's a come up, oh, that's my meal ticket. I don't know, or if it's past beef. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know what the hell this has to do with. It's just crazy to think that Gucci Mane's artists. Well, I mean, look at who Gucci Mane is. Gucci Mane is the type of guy. Gucci Mane is the type of guy that signs only the real. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking of this in my head right now, because look at Gucci Mane. Look at the type of guy Gucci Mane is. He only signs the real. Look what happened with Fujiano. You know what I'm saying? Involved in a whole club incident, all because of the fact that he was trying to protect himself and protect his possessions. Pooh Shiesty, the artist of the moment, King of Diamonds. I've seen it. I've seen rappers going in and out of King of Diamonds for years. And now Pooh Shiesty, the artist of the moment, and they take a shot at him like that. But let me bring in my co-host, my guy, Rosewood. What is poppin', bro?
T, what up, my J? You already know what's good.
Rosewood, I was just sort of going off on this whole Pooh Shiesty thing. I don't know if you had tapped in and heard me, but I've seen almost every artist you could imagine come in and out of King of Diamonds. You know what I mean? I imagine it has to be similar with Onyx in Philly. You know what I'm saying? I've seen every artist coming in and out of King of Diamonds, and I never saw any violence happen there. Rosewood. So it's kind of crazy. A couple of our last stories involved King of Diamonds at Miami with Casanova, and now with Pooh Shiesty, man. What do you make of this, man? They looking at this as Pooh Shiesty's a meal ticket, right place, wrong time, or old beef?
Man, I would say somebody doing something stupid. Somebody trying to get some clout. That's what I think it is. I think it was somebody trying to get some clout. Salute. I think it was clout chasing. Clout chasing, man. Like you said, everybody performs at KOD. Everybody throws money at KOD. That's like that's like the norm. So I never heard of something ever happening like that. Whether somebody took the money out of his pockets or his hands while he's performing, but still, that's like,
or they took the back end, or they took the money that they had there. That was the money on the back end from the performance or whatever it was. Rosewood. I think Rosewood's having a technical difficulty. Just give him 1 second, you guys. But yeah, I just hit me. Yo, Chi-Town, what's up? Chi-Town in the building right now. Chicago's in the building. But yeah, Rosewood, I was just saying, possibly it could have been the back end that they had there, but like you were just saying, people throw money all the time at King of Diamonds. If dudes were just robbing people, I never seen a robber. Like I sat with Jim Jones and my homie AG Cubano, Filthy Rich. Filthy Rich, the dude from the Bay with every jewel.
Yeah.
through thousands. You know what I mean? I never even seen a fight at King of Diamonds, Rosewood.
I never heard it. Like maybe like outside or something. Not even that. Like KOD really is like really cool. Like everybody's usually having a great time. You know, before the
Don't get
pandemic
me
and all
wrong.
that.
Don't get me wrong, Rosewood. I was in front of Cameo before, walking out the back door, coming around Cameo, and some dude done got his head slammed into the gutter, you know, where the water be draining in.
Yeah,
Like some
yeah.
dude, I thought he was dead. I was like, yo, dude is done. And the police were right there. Police didn't even grab the dude who threw him into that shit.
Because they probably saw what happened already. They probably saw the whole incident. You know, outside, a lot of stuff happened, but as far as inside, like something like that, and really, it's just a whole different type of crowd that was in there. That'll usually be in there. You know, before everything was shut down and all that, you had a different type of crowd in there. So it's like when money is thrown or anything of money, like nobody's worrying about the artist money, none of that. Even when the money gets thrown in the air, nobody's picking that money up. Some people do. You know, I never did. My squad never did. It was just like, all right, it's part of the show. So
Rosewood, do you remember that girl who worked at Onyx who had the Amber Rose haircut back in like 2013?
they had the emerald like haircut.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie.
It
I
was
ain't
a
gonna
couple of
lie.
them.
I hope she's not watching this because I was recycling money on her like a mother.
You gotta say the name. You gotta say the name.
I don't know her name. I don't know her name. But goddamn, I love Philly, man. Man, I
Yeah,
love
honest, honest used to be off the hook too, man.
yeah. Yeah, so this whole situation, man, Pooh Shiesty, actually he's been on a good trend, you know. He reunited with Kodak Black after that whole thing blew up, you know, where Kodak was kind of saying, yo, these guys aren't giving me no respect. I'm the one who created money spreading. And then, you know, Pooh Shiesty was like, man, I've been doing this shit since I was in the streets back in the day. You ain't going to tell me nothing. You know, he kind of stood up to Kodak Black. But then the two of them actually got together. You know what I mean? They put the shit behind them. You know what I mean? It's like Pooh Shiesty's on a really good path right now, Rosewood.
Yeah, and sad to say, it's always somebody trying to derail you from that path. You know, to lead you to another way, and that's fuck your whole situation up. You know, the more money, more problems. Biggie told you. So it's unnecessary. This foolishness, you know, because like you said, he's on a great path right now. He's not beefing with nobody. Like you said, the thing with Kodak, they came together. He's in there performing. People actually come and see him perform, and you get somebody trying to get clout. I just think it's really somebody trying to get clout. Come up too. Somebody trying to come up will also get clout.
Well, man, you know what? I think these dudes, like I was just saying, Gucci Man, he is a different caliber dude, man. I let everybody know he's a different caliber dude, but that doesn't mean I ain't gonna party with the Bel Air Blue. You know what I'm saying? But Gucci Man's a different caliber of guy, so you would have to imagine he's gonna sign some of the realest artists out, Rosewood, like Pooh Shiesty, Fujiano. These are type guys that don't pull no punches, man. Look what Fujiano got wrapped up with just because he was trying to defend himself, defend his property, his expensive property.
True. That is true. And really, this is second incident that Shiesty got into. You know, the joint where they were pulling up into like the parking lot and they had that situation TMZ put up, you know, and then on this. So it's like he's really doing what he's supposed to do. It's just the haters are coming like trying to really derail him.
Right.
You know, he got the superstar status, you know, in his future, but the haters are coming out trying to derail that ASAP, like right
Yep.
and left.
Like you're saying, Rosewood, he's got the superstar potential in his future. He has just got to make it to his future. He's got to make sure he doesn't end up in jail. He's
Facts.
got to make sure he doesn't end up a victim of the streets. You know what I mean? Because right now, like you're saying, everybody would love to derail Pooh Shiesty. Everybody wanted to derail 50 Cent. You know what I mean?
And that's Mikey T. That is weird to me because if you're a fan of the music, then you should want to hear good music, right? You
You should,
know, I don't understand jeopardizing the artists so they can't make good music or they can't come out and perform in front of the people, or now they have to interact different with the people because some nonsense. So that's why I don't understand. So that's why I said it got to be somebody clout chasing and trying to come up. Because I never heard nothing like that at KOD. Never heard nothing like that.
well, you know how it is, man. Nowadays, people see a flyer. They see a flyer, it's up for a week or two. They're like, and especially now, post-pandemic, man, they see a flyer, someone coming to perform at King of Diamonds finally. They're like, this is my chance. This is my opportunity. Who's yo, bro? Pooh Shiesty? Yeah, Pooh Shiesty, man. You know what I mean? It's not, I honestly I feel like people be still bidding like that on shit.
It was always like that. Now it's always like that, but it was just like a type of respect thing for the artist coming into your city that's popular. Because you want the other popular artists to come into your city, you're not going to jeopardize that. Whatever you're going to get is not worth them not coming to perform in your city no more.
Right.
It's not worth that. So it's always people plotting, but it's just a level of respect. Nah. And like Pooh Shiesty, everybody fucks with Pooh Shiesty. So even the Rose niggas was like, nah, I fuck with Pooh Shiesty. Nah, I ain't that's the type of music I rock to.
Yep.
Nah, I'm going to the show.
No, you got a big point right there, Rosewood, because honestly, King of Diamonds is really the kickoff for the promotional tour for Miami. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody does that, okay, now there's a big incident with Pooh Shiesty, King of Diamonds. Okay, now that could affect his booking at Story. Now that could affect his booking at Cameo, Dream. You know what I'm saying? Now that could affect his booking at Club Live, all types of different spots.
Right? Just facts. Facts. So that's why I said it's like a level of respect thing, even with street dudes and with the artists. Because street dudes like good music too. That's why I said nobody that's a real street dude is going to do something like that, and jeopardize Pooh Shiesty's career. Because you're going to say, like like you said, they might not be thinking about them, but they're thinking about like that. Now you can't perform in other places and all this. That's why that's stupid.
Yo,
Hopefully that's not the case though. Hopefully that's not the case.
I'll mess up his whole run with this one joint.
Hate, like I said, man, people coming with the hate in all different directions because they see his path. They see the potential he got. They see the potential he got. And a lot of people might hate that Gucci Man is able to secure artists, come out reinvent himself and then secure artists that is keeping the 1017 name alive and booming. So, it's all types of things like that. People fans get caught up in the stuff too, and then try to get the clout. So man, whoever did that was just stupid. That's stupid. So I hope it doesn't jeopardize, from performing at any of the other clubs in Miami. Especially now that it's starting to get warm, they're starting to lift things, and hopefully by going into the fall, you'll be having the main artists, A-list celebrities coming back to those clubs like that, and it, be like a movie. That's what it used to be like in there. It used to be like a movie. Now it goes to that. How it goes from a movie to
Well, you know what happens in movies, Rosewood. Sometimes there's the violent parts of the movie, bro.
yeah, but that's usually outside the club. This is like the
Keep that
bad part of
shit.
the movie.
Keep that shit outside the club, man. You're jeopardizing, like, for lack of a better word, you're jeopardizing everybody else's fun. You're jeopardizing everybody's life. They're not their life like that, but their lifestyle. All of these people, like everyone in the chat that has been stuck inside during the pandemic that just wants to go to a dope show at King of Diamonds. Some people, Rosewood, don't just go to King of Diamonds to throw the money, bro. I understand that's what it's about. You know what I mean? But some people go there. Some people go there to stand in front of the stage, Rosewood.
Yeah, I've listen. I've been in there to stand in front of the stage. So, because you're going to see the performance, some people, whatever you're there for, you're still going to go see who's ever going to perform.
Okay.
Whatever the hit song is, like if he's doing Back in Blood in there, the crowd is going to go crazy. So you're there for the performance. There to have a good time, and nobody want to risk their life at all because somebody doing something dumb, and it's for no reason at all. That's the whole thing. It's like for zero reason at all. Like, what's the point of this?
So, Rosewood, I want to read this message that Fat Trel actually posted. But before we get into it, man, I want to get your general overall thoughts on Fat Trel as an artist and just what you actually know about him before we get into the post that he made today.
Well, Fat Trel, he's been putting on for DC for a minute. And the thing about Fat Trel, when he came out, I remember it was like the DC scene was hitting Wale, him and Wale, and he just brought that, that grittiness. And that's it. The way his flow, the way he put songs together. That's why I was banging with Fat Trel. So when he caught the case, I was like, "Dang, man," because I seen the potential in him too.
Now, which case?
That first one he got.
Was it the initial case when he had got caught with the money in the casino, the $50 bills, I want to say?
Yeah, exactly. I already knew right there that was like a start of like a bad pattern, and I like almost like I kind of compare him like not rapping wise, but like as like potential wise is like T Grizzly. I just looked at him and like T Grizzly like is in the same like where they could be at. So
I kind of from looking at Fat Trel being around them, you know what I mean? I did a couple different interviews with Trel. I actually did the behind the scenes video for the Shit remix, the Future. Remember the Shit record from Future?
yeah,
That
yeah,
Ross, Fat Trel, and Tracy T remix. I was actually
yeah.
there. When I looked at it, man, it was like Ross had started to boss up to where he wasn't going to show his stomach anymore. And then Fat Trel was coming in on that dude who could be that gritty, grimy Rick Ross was leaving behind, man. I almost looked like that because I said earlier on the stream, Fat Trel had superstar potential.
Yeah. That's why I said like him and T Grizzly. It was like I wasn't comparing the rapping, but the trajectory. Like those cases and stuff kind of hindered his trajectory. So that's why I was really kind of upset because I was really banging with Fat Trel's music, and I was thinking he was going to make more good music and then great music, making with different producers and different sounds.
Right.
I think he was able to adapt to different producers and not only have his own sound, but adapt to other people's sound and jump on their tracks too.
So eventually, Rosewood, Fat Trel linked up with Master P. They linked up Master P, Alley Boy, and they formed, I want to say it was called the Louis V Gang or something along those lines.
I'm not sure, but I know it's Master P and Alley Boy.
And do you remember what they did? They actually brought in Chief Keef for a record. The record was Ganja. I've been smoking ganja. So it was like, wow, Fat Trel with the money behind him can really expand on his ideas. Like Fat Trel probably told Master P, let's go get Chief Keef, bring him in on this record. And I was in Miami and Chief Keef or Fat Trel actually brought Chief Keef out to perform. I think it was called Russian. Yes, it was Russian Roulette. I actually filmed it. He performed Russian Roulette in Miami. He brought Chief Keef out,
I remember that. It was probably your video I watched. Because I'm dead ass. Because I remember watching that on YouTube. You know, because just banging with Fat Trel coming up on my screen, and then I'm like, oh, he was Chief Keef. So then I'm seeing like I'm like, all right, he's getting back in the mix. He's gonna be able to start making these music. Definitely free ad, man, free all the men. I'm like, all right, he about to make the music. He with Ali Boy, he with Master P, so we got the machine, and hate man, hardships come your way, but hopefully he get out and he can get right back on his grind, man.
So
You
Rosewood,
know,
what did you make of when Fat Trel left Master P for MMG?
I think it was for like the marketing. I think it was the marketing because when he went to the when he went to MMG, when this is my opinion. You know, I don't know what it really is, but
We
I
want
think it was marketing. I think MMG offered a better marketing plan.
now in retrospect, I mean, if we're talking about a marketing plan, being able to go to your CEO and say, I want Chief Keef, that seems to be worked better than any marketing plan that MMG put together for him.
But can he do the same thing with Ross?
No, that's
You
what
know,
I said earlier. You know, Ross was signed with Def Jam. Ross had affiliations with Warner. Ross had affiliations with Atlantic.
facts,
Right.
facts, facts. So, and like you said earlier, like the persona of Ross, like he said, he wasn't the guy to have his stomach out no more. Fat Trel basically taking that position now. You know, had his shirt off, chains only got the dreads. You know, and it's just a different vibe.
Yep. Now, if we're being completely honest, I feel like if he was still with Ross during the first arrest, I feel like, yeah, they're going to mess with him. You know what I mean? Even through that second arrest where Fat Trel got a DUI and caught with some pills and shit, I feel
Mm.
like they were going to mess with him. But at a certain point, the label probably was just like, enough is enough.
It definitely gets to that point. You know, and it's sad to say because at the end of the day, it's a business. So, they're putting money into you, and when you catching these cases, they're putting money in that too. And even though it comes out your budget, they figuring they can spend their money on another artist. They're not going to keep taking chances with you. You keep messing up out here because it's a business, and they're looking at it like you're not acting like an adult. You're being immature, catching these cases and boom, boom. Because I'm pretty sure the label and whoever else is with you is having these talks with you, and it's really up to you. In some instances, it's really up to you to stay away from the stuff. But it goes back to like with Pooh Shiesty. Some hate comes your way, and then you got to be able to smartly deal with it. You
Right,
know,
right. But that is a big difference. Like Brick says, Pooh Shiesty really be living his raps, bro. It's wild. Yeah, if somebody takes from you, you're gonna do something. Look what Fujiano did. You know what I mean? Some people are different. Some people would be like, "Yo, my security is right there. Go get them." Shit like that. And there's a big difference between that, Rosewood, and getting in a car and driving when you're, beyond impaired. You know what I mean? It's like
oh,
you just put
oh
yourself
yeah,
in a bad position.
hell yeah, and that's frowned upon a whole lot. That's really frowned upon. And at the same token, the authorities are going to be coming down on the label. They're going to be calling up to the label like, "Are your artists drunk driving out here?" Da da da.
You're
You know,
still continuously endorsing this reckless activity. Or that's probably what their own lawyers are going to say to them. And I love Fat Trel, man. Like I just said, honestly, I believe Fat Trel after Meek and Wale would have been the next one to blow on MMG.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was looking at him as the post Meek Wale Style era.
Right.
He was the after. He
You're
was
right
coming
on
up
it.
next.
You're right on it, man. But I just we don't need to sugarcoat shit. I got all the love in the world for Fat Trel, you know what I mean? But sometimes
Salute that trial.
yeah,
Free
man.
that man.
I got a whole lot of love for Fat Trel, who gave an update today on when he's coming home. Now, this is the first part of his message. I want to get your reaction to this. Fat Trel come on and he's like, let me know when we going in. He was talking to his guy who was filming it. He was like, what it do, man? Let me know when we going in, because I'm feeling myself today. He said, it's the kid, Fat Boy, Fat Trel, Slutty Boy General. F all my ops. F all my dead ops. It is what it is. When I come back home, I'm back on my bullshit. I want all the smoke. Whoever's got it, I want all the smoke when I come home. Well, what do you make of that first part, man? He's saying I'm back on my bullshit. He's back to being the Fat Trel who ain't gonna bite his tongue, man. The Slutty Boy General, man.
Yeah, he coming back. He basically promotion, man. Promotion. I call it pre-promotion before he get out. You know, starting it up, starting everything up.
And
When he
let's be
come out,
honest, yo, he could work independently. Fat Trel has had to push both independent, both with a major, you know what I mean? So he technically is in a good position as an independent. Not saying he wouldn't take a major bag.
right? I understand what you're saying. Right. You know, he did both. Like you said, he did both. So he could choose either one. He go independent, but uh, I think he might go the deal route. You know, I mean, it depends on what the situation looking like.
I could
If
see
his
little
bag is
baby.
looking
I could see him fitting with 4P.
okay, yeah, so, going that route, and then you got that promotion machine behind you, and those features, and that production. Yeah, I
So
can see it going that angle.
So Rosewood, this is the next part of his message. He actually said he actually got into when he's going to be coming home. Trell's been locked up for 2 or 3 years now. I'm not sure the exact amount of time. It might be a little bit longer. There were actually rumors that he would get anywhere from 10 years maximum to 3 years at the minimum. So Fat Trel came and said this. He said, I'll be home. It's looking like this year, October or December. That's what he said. He said, I'll be home. It's looking like this year, October or December. So that leads me to believe, Rosewood, if he did get 3 years, because I haven't read an official sentencing, if he did get 3 years, then he's probably served about 2 of it so far.
Yeah, it got it definitely. He's definitely been in there at least 2 years. I thought it was like three.
Yeah. Brick says, if I was Trell, I would use my connections to Ross to elevate me. Well, we'll have to wait and see if him and Ross reconnect. Lee Milo says Fat Trell is a beast. He's writing in there, I hope. What do you think, Rosewood, when it comes to writing in there? Do you think that's something he's going to really need to have a whole pad of raps while he's in there, or is it just going to come to him when he gets out?
I can't really say because it always depends on the artist. Some artists get in there and they say it give them a mental block. Some artists get in there and say it give them inspiration. So it's his story to tell when he gets out with the music.
Oh, that's a good question. Brick says October or December. What about November, Rosewood? How would you respond to that? Because he did say, I'll be home in October or December. I say December for the holidays, October
Yeah,
best case scenario.
yeah. It depends. It depends on the board. It depends on the board and what's going on with his case.
And
So
Bricks, you should go check out. Go just look up F12 right now and you'll get a whole idea. Bricks, go listen to F12 right now and you'll get a whole idea of what Trell sounds like. What up, New
yeah,
Edition?
I'll go in. It's popping, Monday. Popping.
James Brown says, just stay out of the BS when he gets home. Do you think this little 3-year sit down, 4-year sit down for Fat Trell is going to smarten him up, Rosewood, and make him realize what he left?
I mean, I'm hoping so because it really like Fat Trel really a street dude. Because like you said, he had the machine behind him. He did with the independent route, but he stay on the street stuff. I seen somebody in the comments said like you need to leave DC or DC stays in you or something like that. and that seems like that's the case. Like he be having the stuff behind him, but the street life. Some people that's attached to him. It is what it is.
All right. So before we get into this next part of the message, where Fat Trel actually addresses some of the people who have been asking if they can assist him, asking if they can do things to help him. Fat Trel gets into that in just a second, but we got a question for you here, Rosewood. Prophecy Forever, New Jersey asks, Rosewood, wasn't sure, but are you behind Razor's production?
Not all of it. Executive producer, yeah. I'm executive producer on Big Art EP. China man.
Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Share this video, everyone. Let them know Mikey T and Rosewood are here. So this is what Fat Trel had said, you guys, after all the talk about F my ops, F my dead ops, I'm back on my bullshit, I want all the smoke. As Rosewood says, that's pre-release promotion. This is what Fat Trel had to say. He said, I'll be home. It's looking like this year, October or December. Shout out to all the goofy dudes that asked me, can they assist me? And do I need help? And do I need their help? I guess that was something to do in front of some bitches. When I touch down, it's going to be another beautiful opportunity to touch some paper. So I pray you want to see a young dude shine when I touch down. But if not, put your head in the hole, or I'm going to put a hole in your head, and it is what it is. I'm back to the old me. F all my ops, and F all my dead ops, too.
Hey, man.
He's a little crazy. Chuck's a little crazy, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. You know what they say, the drama sells, Mikey T. So, I mean, that's it's almost like how 50 persona was. When 50 was coming out. It was like, fuck everybody. I'm on my start my own game. It's genius. So that's the energy. That's the energy he's feeling right now.
Yeah, this is definitely some power of the dollar 50 cent. I don't care if I got to do it myself. You know what I mean? And if you're not going to help me and you say you were, I'm just going to call you out, and we're not going to be friends publicly no more. We're not going to go to the VMAs and shake each other's hands. You know what I'm saying?
This was some 50. Yeah, that was a good comparison I thought of, because 50 was on the same type time. Everybody that was supposed to be there to help me, fuck them.
New Edition says Fat Trel's definitely talented. This situation is only going to elevate him to another effing galaxy, if you ask me. Now, Rosewood, before you respond, I just want to look at the devil's advocate, and some situations rappers will use these time situations, doing time in prison, to elevate their career. But in other situations, sometimes time will pass the artist, man. Time will pass the artist to the point where it's like, yo, you had your opportunity, but now there's a new A, there's a new B, there's a new C. You know what I mean? There's a new class of, and can you even fit in with them? So, Rosewood, how do you look at it?
That's another thing, because when you were saying, like, you're gonna reach, like, I was gonna be almost like devil's advocate too, because I'm like, well, is he gonna be able to adapt to the new sound out here? Is way more artists out here that's popping now, and they got different sounds and different stuff like that. So the thing I would say is, it's going to be about the music. All the stuff that he's saying, messages, all that, that's cool. The promo, cool. When the music drop, if you can drop that music where the fans are like, this is the Fat Trel we know, and he's adapted to the new aspect of the music out here now, then he can get popping. It's up to the music. It's all about the music.
Yep, this is what he said in this. Yeah, Brick said, hit me on my cell phone. I got it for sale. I got it from Cali. I just got it out the mail. Yeah, I told you, Bricks. Right when you jump into a Fat Trel song, you're gonna be able to catch his like type of flow, his voice. He asked, who is Fat Trel like? And he's really not like anybody else. You know, Rosewood was making the comparison to T Grizzly earlier, but it wasn't based on voice. It was more so based on the way that they've got acceptance.
Yeah.
And bro, in Rosewood, look what T Grizzly has done with that. You know what I mean? He didn't sit around wasting time. You know what I mean?
Right. No. And he's still doing those. He's still doing the features. He's still doing songs, but the features though, like a lot of people, I don't know, they realize like those features really count for something. You know, to keep you out there, keep you booming, and let's keep you moving. Keep a bag in your hand.
Yep, you're right. You're right, bro. Definitely.
Yo, Lord, I said the same thing, my J.
Let me see. My guy SW in here said, I'm from Maryland. We need Fat Trel back. We need that flow sound back, guys. Wasting beats with their sound.
Yo, he's right. See, Fat Trel had them beats too. That was another thing. His production, that the beats he was using, it went right. That's why I said he had a good combination. He didn't sound like anybody, and then he didn't sound like anybody from DC. So he was just on the track to his own. Hopefully, he can keep that going coming out.
Oh, Mr. Hustle said he actually knew him. Mr. Hustle 365 said he actually knew Fat Trel and shit. Salute to you, Mr. Hustle. You be getting around, bro. You be working with a lot of artists, bro.
What's up, Mr. Hustle, man?
Omar, I'm smoking on some runts, man. I just got another batch of the runts. Yo, but I'm not gonna lie, these joints look extra crystallized. What you smoking on, Rosewood?
Oh, you know what I'm doing. You know the plat. Hold the plat down.
Oh shit, my man's smoking good right now.
Hold the plat down for him. Hold the plat down. With regular shit. Regular shit.
But yeah, oh my man. Oh, he got the good camera too. We had to come on, yo. I know it's Memorial Weekend. I know everybody's enjoying their Memorial Weekend, but Rosewood and myself had to come on for some hip hop news tonight. We had to give y'all a little a kind of a breaking news piece because of the fact that Fat Trel has just come out after several months of nobody knowing his situation. And then all like look all over if you guys want to go watch the video right now of the people running out of King of Diamonds and all types of shit. It's all over YouTube right now, you guys. Pooh Shiesty caught up in a whole nother situation. But did you Gucci Man? Meanwhile, Gucci Man is winning $250,000 at the casino.
I saw that. I saw that. You know, that's what I'm saying, man. The haters, man, it'd be the haters. The haters. Some people that's mad at their own lives, man. And you gotta think about it. Somebody actually paid their money to go to the show and actually do that.
Rosewood, do you understand how much money they probably paid? It was probably like $75.
I was about to say 100.
Yeah, it was probably like $75, $100.
Yeah,
to go in there and to have a whole spectacle where the artist, somebody tries to steal money from the artist and then it leads to the end of the performance. You know, when bullshit like that happens, when somebody throws a water bottle at the artist and then the artist is like, okay, the show's over now.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Yeah. Every time I see that, like from Lil Wayne to several people, I'm like, yo, who would throw the water bottle? Like, what would possess you to do that? Like, you mess it up for everybody in here.
Yeah, and then like this situation, you want to take money from Pooh Shiesty? Bro, just because you take money from Pooh Shiesty, you don't get to be Pooh Shiesty. You're not Pooh Shiesty tomorrow when you wake up in the morning. Anybody who does that dumb shit where they steal a rapper's chain and then they post about it the next day, Rosewood, it's like, okay, you got your day and your night, and now it's over.
Right. Where you go from here? Where you go from here? Like that career is going to be short lived. That's the career you want in the music industry. Is going to be short lived.
Right here, Prophecy says Pooh is like a 90s goon. Back in Blood, broken down raw line for line, was raw, went over people's heads. Yeah, that's the thing about a lot of these gangsters, a lot of the gangster rappers, Rosewood. That was the thing. A gangster rapper is somebody who got into music to break the cycle of his life, to change his life. So once he actually made it or started making it, he starts to evolve. He starts to change. You know what I mean? He starts to shed those that gangster persona from his lifestyle. He changes, man, in a lot of ways, I want to say. But Pooh Shiesty's still very early into it. Like when the game first made it, he was knocking dudes out left and right, bro. But now the game is like handing out money left and right.
The thing is, Mikey T, it takes time.
Takes time.
It takes time. Because I always look at Beanie Siegel. Always look at Beanie Siegel's career. And, his image when he first came to The Rock. The Broad Street Bully image, the grimy image, or whatever like that. And then leading up to Jay-Z saying, I'm trying to make you transition from the street to the fame. And being able to shed that street persona or, the people that's hindering you from reaching that level or whatever or getting out that lane is kind of hard and it takes time. And it's up to the artist. It's always up to the artist at the end of the day to choose how they want to live their career.
Mm. Mm. No, you're right, man. You're right. It is, at the end of the day, it's up to you on how you want to live. If you want to be absurd, if you want to be an absurd jerk, you know what I mean, that runs around, you know what I mean? Like Tupac made that decision when he jumped out of the side of the Mercedes and he was like spitting on, he made that shit. That was the decision that he made. He was like, all right, they do this to me, I'm going to do that to them. You know what I'm saying? But this is like, honestly, it's like a longer conversation, but we're just trying to break it down really quick. And sometimes you really can't do that. You know what I mean? But you're right, Rosewood. It takes time for somebody to, shed a lot of these things from, like, look what happened to Kevin Gates when the girl touched him and he kicked her in the chest. And then I think he had to go serve 6 months. Was Kevin Gates in the right about that? Quite possibly. Maybe he was. But still, it took away 6 months of his life for an action that he had made, Rosewood. Somebody 10 years further into their life would know not to do that.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Definitely. And I'm going to say 10 years into their hip hop career. Definitely, you can see it in certain artists that have the longevity that's still around. They're not moving the same way they did. All right, well, even look at like Jim Jones or whatever. Jim Jones balling era is way different than the Jim Jones now. So a lot of people, it's just about maturing and leveling up. That's it. You gotta level up, and before you level up, you gotta have that maturity level to reach that level up period. So, it's always up to the artist, and that leads into your longevity.
Now, SW says money can't cover insecurities. Now, I'm not looking at it like insecurities. I'm looking at it more like just in general of going out and putting yourself out there to getting arrested, going out there, putting yourself in jeopardy and creating criminal acts, which is something that you would do when you have nothing. Like they always say, if you have no food to eat, you're going to go out and steal the food. When you're a rapper, you've afforded yourself and your life of, you know what I mean? You've afforded yourself and your family a life to live. You know what I mean? You're going to want to pull back the reins and you're not going to have to do some of them, crazy, activities in order to get money. I don't even want to call it gangster activities because, it's criminal. It's criminal. It's not gangster. It's criminal. Is what it
Not,
is.
it's not G shit. It's not G shit.
They
'Cause
don't label you as a gangster when they arrest you for it, Rosewood. They label you as a criminal.
yeah, right. And G shit, when I say G shit, is the way you move. When they say when gangsters move in silence with violence, how Biggie said it, that's what it is. And I go back to Biggie Smalls himself and this man C Gutter, salute C Gutter. And it was just like that was a guy that they considered like, yeah, he's a G. And the reason why he was a G is because the way he moved. You know, he wasn't going looking for the drama or rowdy. But if somebody wants some different type time, he coming out the shadows, he grab you before you can even try to touch Big Pocket or whatever. You know, you got those people lurking in the shadows. So that's how it used to be in the 90s and going early 2000s. Because it was a whole different scene then. Everybody was hands on. Like, could you imagine some of these rappers performing in the tunnel, Mikey T? I don't know. I don't know if you ever been in the tunnel.
No, I never been in the tunnel.
When I tell you the hood. Shout out to the whole Brooklyn. When I say the hood is in there, that's straight hood. And when you performing, if you're an artist, you better be on your hood shit in the tunnel. Real trap. Like Choke No Joke got the documentary on there, and like yo, I only been in there one time, and that was for like shout out Pure Breed. He opened up for R.I.P. my guy Raw. Shout out King the God. Shout out Has. They opened up for Mob Deep, and the atmosphere in there was like so thick, like it was just so packed in there. And then like when Mob Deep came on, like it just went crazy. It went crazy when they did Shook Ones. I'm able to say I seen Mob Deep do Shook Ones in the tunnel. Crazy.
Yeah, What Down Lord puts out a good point here. He says, when you're the top of the food chain, you an easy target to get a name. Yeah, yeah, because like you were saying, Rosewood, when you're at the top, you know what I mean? You got to be at all these different places to remain at the top. So that makes you completely accessible. It makes people go, oh, there's a flyer. Here's an article in the newspaper that says he's going to be here at this time. You know what I mean? And to keep on going with your level of fame, like, you know, us, me and you working as a company, if we got to be in DC and then we got to be in Texas and then we got to be in California, you know, when we got to be in Ohio, we got to be at all these places and we got to keep being at all them places. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That means you're going to have an opportunity to be running into a lot of different people.
And that's always the thing. And that's why, like, even when I'm moving around doing any work for Spill Entertainment, I move how I said, like, see, gotta move. We keep those guys in the shadows, so those guys are there, but you might not know they're there with us.
Rosewood, when you were at the tunnel, did you go to the unisex bathroom or not?
Yeah. That's where you get the weed at.
Oh, that's where you got the weed at?
Yeah, that's where you get the weed from. Everybody knows that's where you get the weed from. You get anything in there. You can go get your dick sucked in there.
Hold on. So you got some weed at the tunnel. That's lit, man.
Definitely. That's where you go to the back. But the scene in Belly. The scene in Belly when they run through there. Because in Belly, that's the tunnel. Dear Max, RIP, Get At Me Dog video, that's the tunnel.
Damn.
Tim's, Butter Leathers, Fatigues.
How much was it to get into the tunnel, Rosewood?
I don't actually know because my folks were performing. So, we went into the back and all that. So I don't really know how much it was. But it was probably like $20.
Oh, $20?
Mm-hmm. Probably like $25.
And what year is this, Rosewood?
This was 95.
Holy,
1995.
that's lit, man. James Brown said classic. Classic.
1995. It was lit in that joint, man. And it was like, yo, you better not wear no jewelry.
So let me bring you back. You mentioned Jim Jones earlier, Rosewood, and you said the way Jim Jones is living now compared to when Jim Jones had ballin'. What did you mean by that? Like the way Jim Jones would spend money more frivolously, the way he would spend money on everything back then compared to
That yeah, that and that's Jim Jones. Like it wasn't really like a reckless lifestyle, more like a rock star lifestyle.
well,
And
Rosewood, let's not get it twisted. I was actually at Club Live. I was actually at Club Live in 2013, 2013, 2014, right around there with Jim Jones and Filthy Rich. And yo, they had like 7, 8, 9 bottles of rosé. Your favorite bottle, come over to our section. You know, and this was like 2014. You know what I mean? This is like a considerable amount of time later, you know. But I could see what you're saying. Like, you know what I mean? Like Jim Jones would do interviews where he would say, I walk around with $180,000 in my jeans.
hmm yeah, it just I seen like Jim Jones definitely mature in the industry. I could definitely say I seen Jim Jones mature from when he was doing Purple City Bird Gang video to how he moves now. You know.
Yep, you're right. Mature is the right way, you know, because yeah, Jim Jones has lived one of the best. I think Jim Jones has lived one of the best lifestyles. Although, I mean, that whole thing with you know, putting out his second album, it kind of got messed up. I don't understand why the pop. What was it called? Was it Pop Champagne? That was his single from his
Yeah,
second album.
With Ron Brown.
Yep, yep. Pop Champagne. Yeah, I thought that one. It would have went if it was Max B on that instead of Ron Browser. Would have went the same way.
Oh no, there you go. Because I said Kel, shout out because we was definitely in the bar when they used to play that song, and I used to say Max B is supposed to be on this song. It's supposed
Wow.
to be Max B on here, man.
Well, let's give
Smart.
Max B his flowers because the weekend just shouted out Max B for that song. I believe they just did his new song uh, that they all have. I believe Max B did some writing or something, or maybe helped him conceptualize that new record he has out right now.
Mm.
What is
Mm.
like, ooh, I'm blinded by the light, something like that.
Oh, I'm looking forward to Max. Man, I'm really looking forward to seeing who Max B is working with on the writing level. Like you said, scripting and constructing songs. I want to see who because it's a lot of people that pay homage to Max B for the style that's going on now, the harmonizing, or if you want to say singing and rapping,
You know, you
whatever.
can say that, Rosewood. You can say that, and it's like people are just thinking they're not. But people got to think new people now, like because we would say that over the years, he hadn't like right now. Max B is literally inspiring the weekend. You guys, like this is crazy. Like this is a whole nother level of inspiration. You guys, I
But
can only
that's
imagine.
why I said, like that kind of blew my mind just now. I'm like, hold on, as the pause, like, oh, okay, all right. He cranked the wave guy. That's what I'm talking about. And he was just like years before his time, man. Unfortunate situation, but we Max, and I think when he come home, he's gonna make some good music, man.
Whether it's 2021 or 2025, Rosewood.
Yeah, whether because like we were saying, like it might be like 2025. Whenever it is, I think he's gonna come out and make a push and an impact.
If Max B is getting thanked on national stages by the weekend in 2021, that means he's going to be relevant in 2025.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely.
Maine, look that up for me right now, man. How long has he been locked up? I want to say it's been like since 2018, but check it out real quick.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was 3 years.
Prophecy asked when Mobb Deep performed. That is that when they had the red and yellow North Faces. You don't remember if they had a red and yellow North Face at their performance, do you?
No, they had jerseys on. They had infamous jerseys on. Had infamous jerseys on, and then on the back, it was you had Prodigy, and on the back had Hazard, and then everybody else had Hennessy jerseys on, and then it had like the block and the name on there on the back.
So Rosewood, to grill you a little bit about this classic Mobb Deep show at the Tunnel, bro. How long did they actually perform for?
Man, that's a long ass time ago.
Was
They
it
might
15 minutes?
I know they did Shook Ones, Survival of the Fittest. They did 3 songs. I know they did 3 songs.
That's
They
it?
did 3 songs. Yeah, because it started getting crazy in there. The tunnel used to get crazy. Like when the certain songs would come on, it almost turned into a riot. We had 20 people perform in there. They got shut it down. It turned into a riot.
So did you probably can't remember, but in between the songs, would Prodigy speak? Would he say some shit, or would he just go song to song to song?
Oh no! When the song stopped or whatever, yeah, they'll talk. They say shout out to Queens, shout out to Brooklyn, the album about to drop. They promoting other artists and stuff like that, picking them up. So they did 3 songs, but it wasn't like they were up there for a short amount of time. Because like I remember, um, Littles or somebody, one of the rappers they were trying to bring up. He brought him up to the stage and he did a freestyle or something, and then they dropped the next song like that. So they did a show. They definitely did a performance.
That's what's up, man. That's dope to hear.
Yeah, it was, man.
Now, all right. So my guy Main Event says that Fat Trel has currently been locked up for 4 years. He's been locked up for 4 years. Devon's just tapping in. Let me read this message from that Fat Trel posted. Y'all can go to Fat Trel's Instagram and hear it live. He actually had a phone conversation with one of his friends, and he said, "Yo, it's the kid, Fat Boy, Fat Trel, Slutty Boy General. F all my ops, F all my dead ops. It is what it is. And when I come home, I'm back on my bullshit. I want all the smoke. I want all the smoke when I come home." And then he continued on, you guys, for everyone wondering when he's going to be home. Fat Trel said, "I'll be home, and it's looking like this year, October or December. Shout out to all the goofy dudes that asked me, can they assist me, and do I need their help? I guess that was something to do in front of some bitches. When I touch down, it's going to be another beautiful opportunity to touch some paper. So I pray you want to see a young dude shine when I get to touchdown. But if not, put your head in the hole, or I'm going to put a hole in your head. And it is what it is, because I'm back to the old me. F all my ops, F all my dead ops." So that was the message from Fat Trel. He said, it's looking like this year, October or December. And yes, Devon, he's going to be on his bullshit. He's going to be on his uncensored, unrelenting Fat Trel shit. And I think that's the Fat Trel. I mean, he did release a single called F12 Rosewood while, really briefly, he had put out a mixtape while incarcerated. The single was called F12.
I think I saw something like that. I ain't gonna, because I didn't know if it was like something old, something, because I know he's locked up.
Right.
Definitely Main Event facts. R.I.P. Prodigy. Salute to Havoc, man.
Yep, I can't wait for Fat Trel to come home though. I'm really hoping he seems optimistic. He seems optimistic like he's coming home this year. Rosewood, and even the dude in the chat, my homie Main Event, said Fat Trel has been locked up for 4 years. You know what I mean? So, 5 years gone. He seems optimistic he's coming home this year, man. I'm just hoping that he does. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. I'm hoping he'll be able to come home this year too. I'm definitely, I don't want to see anybody locked up, man. So, especially somebody as talented as him. And I hope he can get out this year. And then even if it doesn't happen, be optimistic in the next year. But hopefully it'll be this year he can get out. If he's
Yeah,
saying it, I think it's a strong. If he's putting it out there, I think there's a strong possibility he'll be getting out this year.
and James Brown, I'm with you, man. And he's going a bit overboard saying F the dead ops. But
Yeah,
Rosewood is just saying, he's just promoting, man. He's just doing his thing. In all honesty, I wanted to say this about it, Rosewood. If Fat Trel has a clear mind and he's not going to use any of the substances like Zans or whatever the hell type of pills he may have been using, or lean, if that's what it was. If he's has a bit of a clear mind that he can focus on some Tupac hit 'em up shit where he's going to come out swinging musically, I can respect that, man. You know, he's got to take his career in his own hands right now. What do you
and
think?
that's why, and that's why I compared it to 50 Cent. That type of energy. Coming out like I'm doing this on my own. Like I said, when he said like, "Oh, y'all must have been doing it for the bitches," saying that it must have been people that he thought was in his corner and put stuff up on the gram and all that, and just never helped him. So like he could channel that energy into the music, like you said, and like I said earlier, on the 50 Cent type, come out swinging with the music. Let's get it.
Right. And Kevin says, true that. But I think the energy follows you. And if he wants to rekindle that MMG relationship, he's got to be positive. He's got to be positive, but positive, you got to look at what positive means. You know what I'm saying? What is going to be positive for Fat Trel? Anything pertaining to Fat Trel getting in a studio and working on his music, that is going to be positive. Anything that pertains to him driving around and putting him in situations that he doesn't need to be in, that's what he needs to stay away from. So I don't think channeling all this musically is going to hinder Fat Trel.
Yeah, no, I think I think it will basically elevate and add an ambiance to what he's already pushing, his image already. That's basically what he's doing. You know,
And that kind of goes into what Prophecy's saying here is that y'all got to agree saying that while you're still booked is a bad look, promo or not. We see what he's doing. Cops don't see their arrogance. Well, in regard to that Prophecy, he already seems to know his sentencing. You know what I
yeah,
mean? He already seems to know his sentencing. He already seems to know what he's been, charged and convicted of, apparently. So now it is his time to talk. You know what I mean? He knows his date. He knows his date of I don't want to say his due date. Do they say that? He knows his due date. Do they say that,
data
Rose?
release, data release.
He knows his date of release. So obviously now he's going to be talking his jazz prophecy.
Yeah,
What up,
because
Doc?
because you didn't hear anything from him at all. You didn't hear anything really from Fat Trell at all. During the situation. So now, like I said, he has to pretty much know, what his situation is looking like, and is real optimistic that he'll be coming home at that time. So get the promotion started, get the ball rolling. So when you get out, you can hit the ground running.
My fault, y'all. I'm effing up the chat with my spelling. I'm smoking on truffles and drinking a Modelo. You sounds like you're having a good
Oh,
time, Yvonne.
all right, look, like you said, it sounds like you're having a good time, my J.
Kevin says Ross needs a new MMG like Gucci does 1017. Well, Kevin, we were speaking on Pooh Shiesty a little bit earlier, and Gucci Man's 1017 is really just starting to come together. That's why it's so unfortunate that Pooh Shiesty's going through all these incidents at clubs and beef with other rappers because, he's doing so much dope shit that he's actually putting on for 1017. But I will agree, Ross does need to re-up with MMG. But maybe, I mean, they got Bel Air Blue right now. Honestly, man, I'm rocking with the Bel Air Blue. We got to do that for first.
Talk about the music though, Mikey T. I see what he's saying.
And the
I
Bel
agree.
Air Blue.
No, I disagree with what you say though. Like how Gucci Man basically brought 1017 a whole new era. I can see Rick Ross doing something similar, but
Uh,
it just what talent he's gonna find from the mud.
I see what Isaac is saying here. It's not even summertime yet, and the street's on fire because of that Bel Air Blue, baby. That's what he's talking about, right, Rosewood?
No, you saying everybody acting up.
Oh, you sure he's not talking about the Bel Air Blue?
Hey, hey, Isaac, I'm not sure. I don't want to say. I don't want to say Isaac ain't talking about the Bel Air Blue.
Yeah, Devon says, I'm waiting on that Bel Air Blue to hit the stores in the shelf. Has it hit the stores out there yet, Rosewood? You going to get that?
I probably won't get it, but I didn't see it yet.
You're going to try it one time for the show, right?
Yeah, I gotta try. I gotta try it. You know why? You know why I gotta try it? Because
You
you thought it
always
was
try.
actually blue.
What?
You thought it was actually, you thought it was actually blue.
It is
And
blue.
now I'm talking about the actual liquid.
Yeah, it is blue.
Oh, I remember. I thought somebody in the chat said it wasn't blue.
Nah, didn't you see the picture that Kodak Black had? It was blue.
Oh no! Somebody in the chat was like they homie had it. The last live we had, he like my homie had it. He's like it wasn't blue, Mikey T.
Nope. Go look at
Okay,
Kodak Black's Instagram or Ross's Instagram. Kodak Black has it. It's blue, bro.
all right. I'm gonna try it out. I'm trying that joint out. I'm gonna try
Has
it out.
that upped your interest in trying it out or not really?
No, I was gonna try it out any old way. I was gonna try it out. I tried all the Bel Airs.
Oh shit! Did he mix it with Kool-Aid? Damn it!
Ah,
Don't do that shit.
yeah, new edition. Good way to throw the Funky Rich and Mikey T shit. He said he mixed it with the Kool Aid.
He could have did that.
7:30. What up, Drew?
Mix it with the Kool-Aid.
CT checking. Shout out to the whole CT, man. Yeah, I gotta see a couple more than Mikey T. I gotta get the bottle. I gotta get the bottle.
Well, they want 40 for that one, but they want 30 for all the other ones.
Yeah. That's cool. I want to see them. I want to see the taste. You know, the quality. Hopefully, it's some good quality champagne.
Yep. I was like, I saw it at the store today. I was like, I cannot buy that. I was like, I cannot buy that today for $40 because they had the Moet for 42. Why would I buy the Bel Air Blue for $40?
Yeah,
Why would I buy
yeah,
the Bel Air Blue? I don't got no sponsorship with Bel Air. Bel Air's not sending me bottles to put in the video. The bottles would be here if they were putting them to be in the videos. But honestly, you know what I mean? Like when I saw it was $40 and then the Moet was 42, why would I do that to myself?
yeah. That right, exactly. All this. I mean, there'll be a time where I'm like, all right, all this. Let me get that. You know, so I'll try it. I've been meaning to try it out. You try it, drink it.
Now, if Bel Air wants to do a deal, I mean, we'll be drinking Bel Air every night on the show. We'll be
Yeah,
calling.
I will have to chill out on the Moet.
Rosewood would jump right on that. He'd be on there he'd be in the hood every night repping that Bel Air if Bel Air would, you know what I mean, come cut a check for the show.
Moet could have checked. I'll be still doing the same thing I'm doing now.
But yo, we appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. You guys,
Yeah.
Rosewood, thank you for tapping in tonight. We wanted to come and hit y'all with this exclusive from Memorial Day. I want everyone to enjoy their Memorial Day tomorrow. We had to come on for Memorial Weekend one time for y'all. Free Fat Trel. I hope everything is going to go well with Pooh Shiesty as well. Do you have any last words before we get up out of here, Rosewood?
Yeah, man. Listen, everybody be safe. You know, tomorrow. I know it's gonna be a little bit nicer in Philly tomorrow. So please, everybody be safe, man. Everybody enjoy their holiday, man. And you know, we're gonna be tuning in with another live. You know, this week me and Mikey T holding it down.
The Bel Air Blue Edition, hopefully.
You said the what?
I said hopefully the Bel Air Blue Edition.
Yeah, that's the name. That's the name of it.
No, I said hopefully our next edition will be the Bel Air Blue Edition.
Oh yeah. We could do a you know, we can do a top. We can do a little taste testing
Exactly.
on that.
But yeah,
Little
we
taste
appreciate
testing on that.
everybody for tuning in. Everybody out there, go follow Rosewood at SpillENT on Instagram, and also follow me on the gram, MikeyT_ the movie star. Everybody that follows me, I'll follow you guys back immediately. Respect. Thank you all for tuning in tonight.